And hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cowboy Radio. I've got some news around North Korea for y'all today. Some of you may have heard, some of you may have not, but they've restarted their missile program. Basically because, well, they were friendly with Trump when he was in office, and back in 2018 they had their self-imposed moratorium after he went and crossed the militarized zone by himself, not so much as a whim from Twitter, which gained the respect of Kim Jong-un, and they actually talked behind closed doors for an hour. But since then, we're hearing from the South Korean president, Moon Jae-in, that they've revoked their self-imposed moratorium and are resuming tests on intermediate-range ballistic missiles and probably soon to be intercontinental. So what just happened is on Sunday, the 30th of January, 2022, they have successfully launched a Hwasong 12 missile. I think it reached heights of what was it? It was like 1,200, 1,300. Yeah, 1,243 miles and flew a total of 500 miles before dropping into the Sea of Japan. And now there is another image I have for you. Yeah, here kind of shows it better. The red trajectory there, that's their most recent missile test. Their goal is to avoid launching it over Japan because Japan really hates when they do that. So they tend to just test them there. But if they were to extend the full capability of this missile, instead of having the arc be so sharp, they could totally knock out Guam. They couldn't reach Alaska, and I don't believe they're anywhere close to Hawaii yet. But they're just down the road from being able to hit major U.S. targets. It wasn't that long ago that they were just able to hit Guam. Now they have a missile called the Guam Killer, and that's a pretty big deal. They just annihilate the whole island, and it'd be gone. This really fits into the bigger picture, I'd say, especially when looking at the Chinese potential invasion of Taiwan. The Chinese pretty much give the North Koreans a lot of their technology. It's kind of like what their missile looks like. A lot of their technology and financial capabilities and food. They do like inter trading and stuff, and they got like a black market that goes back and forth and stuff. But anyway, what I believe the Chinese want is for North Korea to be essentially a proxy state to where they just have a bunch of weapons. So if we were to do anything about them trying to invade Taiwan, they could just be like, all right, North Korea, just launch a few Guam killers, And especially, it's even more devastating when you can think of the hypersonic missiles. If China puts hypersonic missiles in North Korea, we're a bit screwed. I mean, China's a bit screwed too because we have these missiles as well. And hopefully the idea of MAD, the mutually assured destruction, still stands. But it's kind of getting a little dicey. And really, I believe that's the case because our administration is unbelievably weak right now. Our power projection is garbage. We have no real influential characters in our government. We're making flops all over the world. Our allies are losing respect for us. We have domestic problems. Our trade sucks. We get all of our stuff from China as well. So China knows that I think they rely on us a lot as well for money. But I think a min-maxing state like China, a super utilitarian, totalitarian powerhouse as they are, wouldn't really care about the bottom line. They wouldn't really worry about the population, part of the population that'd probably starve and die off if they were to go to war with us. It'd be more about, oh, this is just what we need to do. But here in the United States, we'd get more backlash from the population because people value security and they value safety and whatnot. So I believe that if it comes down to push and shove right now, we would do nothing. We would do absolutely nothing. I believe China will be able to just go in and take Taiwan. They probably wouldn't even have to call on the North Koreans to do anything. North Koreans would just laugh from their peninsula, and then it would be over. We'd forget about Taiwan. Most people in America don't even understand the Taiwan-China situation whatsoever. And we've even got the Olympics are happening in Beijing this year. The Winter Olympics, I believe. Taiwan just came out and said that they're not going to send anyone. But yet we are still, I guarantee we're going to get a bunch of Americans. We're going to get a bunch of American athletes and stuff supporting the Chinese, listening to their national anthem and praising them and talking about how great China is, as we saw with like LeBron James and guys like that. It's kind of disgusting, honestly. But that's essentially it. The fourth one, they've done 7 tests so far this month in January. This last one being definitely their most powerful. It's a sign of things to come. The Biden administration reiterated that it's ready to hold talks with North Korea without preconditions, and that tells me another thing, that they're worried. They're a little on edge. They see what they're doing, and they realize where this is going, because they've already launched 7, most of which were successful. They're more than likely going to be launching intercontinental ballistic missiles here soon. I would not doubt that at all. That they'll have. I mean, like I said, it's not their own technology that's advancing this stuff because they're a deprived, starving state. But the Chinese and the Russians are giving them the military means, not the infrastructural means, but the military means to kind of come in and do these things. So it's something to keep an eye on. Yeah. Oh, here I'll show you this last thing too. They got pictures from space from their recent launch. Now, I was a bit skeptical at first, but from everything I've seen, some experts and stuff came out and like, yeah, it looks like space. So it looks like they were able to actually get some low Earth orbit shots, and then you can see the Korean Peninsula there, which is interesting. It just shows off this was just a big display of their technological advancements. So it wasn't that long ago that they were marching down their parade road with 6 of these missiles lined up. So, I mean, honestly, probably in the parade, none of them were actually functioning. But, of course, now we're seeing functioning ones. So, anyway, that's about all for now. I will be back next time. Peace.